Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Big Akar Ahmed, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is about Mr. Bibi Netanyahu and his speak about basically this greater plan, a greater Middle East, the new Middle East, essentially, his partnerships with the other Middle Eastern countries, and what he's looking to do to create a trade route between Asia all the way up through the Middle East, through Israel, and then into Europe. So he is trying to basically create this greater and broader, bigger plan of power for the Jewish people over there in the Middle Eastern region. Apparently sucking up 80% of Israel already and taking it from Palestinians and kicking them out and shrinking them, putting them in open air prisons is already not enough for you. You need to take Lebanon and Syria and Saudi Arabia and get rid of Iran and create trade routes into Asia. And you just need the whole Middle East. Like, you just give this guy the whole Middle East because, you know, God gave it to him. So we're going to go ahead and see what he has to say here. I've never heard someone speak with such, like, confidence as this man. Like, this guy looks like he's falling asleep the whole time he's talking. Every single time he looks possessed. He sounds possessed. It sounds like there's a demon inside of him. And then when he does actually speak, he just speaks with so much, like, I don't give a F. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And this is, I don't care. Screw you. Screw Palestinians. Screw Arabs. Die. Like, he speaks very, like, ill. He has no, like, he has no moral compass. He has no, I don't know.
A few years ago, I stood here with a red marker to show the curse, a great curse, the curse of a nuclear Iran. But today I bring this marker to show a great blessing, the blessing of a new Middle East between Israel, Saudi Arabia, and our other neighbors. We will not only bring down barriers between Israel and our neighbors, we'll build a new corridor of peace and prosperity that connects Asia through the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, to Europe. This.
See that trade route right there? Do you know what that would do? That connects Israel as the main source of trade through the Mediterranean into basically into like the Vaticano and Italy and throughout the whole Mediterranean coast, and really establishes world dominance for the Jewish people, or for the families that came from Judah. I'm sure the Pope would love it. I'm sure Mr. Netanyahu would love it. I'm sure the Zionist rabbis would love it. I'm sure the king of Britain would love that so very much, since you guys are all cousins, and this is what you guys want. You want a trade route directly through all of your countries and all of your people and all of your economies, so that you can suck it from Asia and throw it into Europe and throw it into Israel and do exactly that. It's very interesting, though, like, where you think you've gotten this privilege from. Like, you just come, you're like, oh, fuck the Arabs. They don't know what they're doing. Who cares about these guys? Screw these guys. We made a deal with Saudi Arabia and Egypt. Screw everyone else. Screw everything else. We're going to put a trade route all through the center of it. F the whole entire Middle East. We need to get rid of Iran. What?
Is an extraordinary change, a monumental.
What gives you and your apartheid dictatorship of a terrorist state superiority or rights or moral obligation over the Middle East more than Iran? For real, you do know you're 10 times worse than Iran. You carry out more terrorist attacks than Iran ever has or ever will. You kill more people daily. You seize more people daily. You arrest more people daily than Iran ever will. You do realize that, right? You do realize without you, Iran wouldn't exist the way it exists. You are the direct motivator for Iran. You know, like when Lamborghini went to Ferrari and was like, yo, let me work for you. You should do this. And he was like, screw you. We don't do the things that you do. So then Lamborghini went and built his own company. That's what you're doing. You're making people go and become better than you because you have that cocky arrogance of I'm better than you. I can do what I want. I am what I want. I'm just gonna come in and take what I want. So then the opposing side is like, no, you're not. I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna become a nuclear superpower. But like the question is why do you paint Iran to be out to be the bad guy and you need to control the trade and you are the good guy? But look what you're doing. What makes you any better than Iran? You are one of the biggest terrorists on the planet, and you're funded by one of the biggest terrorists on the planet, the United States of America.
Change. Another pivot of history. But I also believe
I hope you guys, this will never happen. This trade route will never happen.
that we must
And that's why there's a war going on right now. It was to stop this from happening.
not give the Palestinians a veto over new peace treaties with Arab states. Sanctions
You hear that?
Palestinians a veto over new peace treaties with Arab states.
They're not going to give the Palestinians a veto. So the Palestinians cannot say, no, you're not allowed to do that. You know, we veto that. We vote against it. So they've moved into their land. They've taken their land from them. They've squeezed their land down by 70% en masse. They've squeezed all the Palestinians in one place, displaced more than half of them into other countries. And now they don't have any rights in voting or doing anything else from this point on. Israel's going to do what they want with their own trade routes and do what they want with their land and build settlements and occupy them and basically keep them in a prison. And then and treat them as second-class citizens and put them through checkpoints while they're in Israel and do all of these different things, screw the Palestinians, and then just take control of the whole Middle East and screw Iran. Iran is a terrorist threat. Who are you, bro? Where did you come from?
Sanctions must be snapped back.
And like I was saying, right? Like I was saying, what's happening right now, this war, was to stop this international trade route BS from even happening to begin with. Why would Palestinians even care, or why would Hamas even care if this guy's literally just saying we're going to keep them out of anything anyways and we're going to get rid of them anyways? Like, screw them and screw Iran, right? Why would they trust you? Why would they like you? Why would they want you to do anything, right? You're literally, your job is to displace them and to get rid of them and to build this greater, bigger Israel. What we're looking at right now, that map you saw that's all green, by the way, Mr. Bibi Netanyahu wants all of that to be Israel, okay? It has been in the works for a very long time, since 1940, since before 1940, since the Rockefellers were writing your Balfour Declarations. Your Rothschild was writing your Balfour Declarations. If you guys don't know what the Balfour Declaration is, you should go ahead and check that out. It is a letter that was written to the majesties, the royalties of the UK, to go ahead and grant the Jewish people land in Israel in modern-day Palestine. And that was written in the 1900s. And as you can see, Israel became a state in the 1940s. So after 40 years and 2 world wars, were the Jewish people finally given a state, it kind of makes you wonder if a lot of it was done on purpose to kind of push for this state. Look what this state has done to the Middle East. It has erupted and broke it down from the 40s to now. The Middle East was a thriving, beautiful place, and now it is a war zone filled with terrorist groups and militias. It is completely broken down and destroyed. The economies within the Middle East are broken down and destroyed. It is one of the richest, most fertile places on the planet. It is the beginning of humanity, and it is destroyed to the ground. Why? If you think Israel is in a greater plan by the Western nations back during World War I, back during World War II, that this isn't like a virus implementing bug that they have created to destroy the Eastern Hemisphere and infect it with Western colonialization, you are completely wrong. Go research World War I, go research World War II, go look at the Greater Israel map, go see what they were in the talks about and what they were in the works with, and see what this guy's talking about now. See the maps he's showing you now, see the trades that he's doing now, see the deals he's making with countries now, see the military action that he's committed to now. It is literally insanity.
And above all,
Hitler, this guy right here, you see this man right here? Mark my word. We are living in modern day history. But when this becomes history, This man will be looked at as a Stalin. This man will be looked at as Hitler. This man will be looked at as one of the worst human beings to touch a leadership position in history. This man right here. And God will make sure to engrave his name in the history books. I promise you.
Above all, Iran must face a credible nuclear threat.
And who's that? You. I know. They must face you. We came into the Middle East. We were supported by the United States. We created nuclear weapons. We took 70% of Palestinians' land. We want to create international trade routes. We want to bomb and destroy the countries around us and weaken them from the inside out with our fellow nations, the United States and the UK. We want to genocide. We want to create illegal settlements. We want to give people who aren't Jewish second humanitarian rights. We call ourselves a democracy but are really a dictatorship. We really want to be America. We side with the devil. We are not Jewish. We are Zionist. Congratulations. That's what I get from this guy. It is truly sad. It is truly disgusting. And yeah, I mean, the world is the world. This man is the guy that he is, and he is pure demonic. He is purely the devil. The things I want you guys to take out of this: Greater Israel map. If you want, just go ahead and search the Greater Israel map and read all about the Greater Israel and what the original plan was to construct this Greater Israel. Look how not just Bibi uses this map, but all of his other politicians and friends have been using this map for 20 plus years. This is not a map for a trade route. That trade route is go to take over all of that land. If you are trading and you control the trade through 8 countries, you can take those countries very easily over the next 40 to 50 years. If you know what I'm saying, you can very much seize them. Israel has a greater plan to continuously grow and not stop growing. The Jewish state, the Zionist state, does not just want Israel, does not just want the Middle East. They want control over the whole world. They believe that God chose them. They believe they are God's chosen people. They are the ones that hold the truth. They are the ones that hold the power. They are the ones who have earned it. They are the ones that are granted it, and God will return it to them. That is what he believes. That is what they believe. And when I say they, I don't mean all Jewish people. No, I'm talking about these Zionists. I'm talking about these people who believe that they need this Jewish home state and it belongs to the Jewish people and they're special and they're this and they're that. Yes, the Jewish people were chosen by God. Yes, the Jewish people are special. Yes, the Jewish people were presented with monotheism before any other people. Yes, the Jewish people are very ungrateful because when they were presented with monotheism and they were presented with prophets, they did things to those prophets. They murdered them. They turned away. They worshiped golden calves. They did all of these ungrateful things back to God when God had blessed them. But guess what? God is all forgiving. God is all merciful. And God still has them in a position of power. He still looks after them. He still takes care of them. But where it comes down to it, are you Jewish or are you just Jewish by blood? Like, congratulations, your grandpa might be a prophet, but you're a piece of crap. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if you identify as a Jewish state. You're not a Jewish state. You are a demonic state. You are a tyrannical state, and you will pay for it. God will have you pay for it the same way he had you pay for it for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. The same way that you have taken punishment for thousands of years for taking the truth, warping it, destroying people. It will come back to, again, the same way Rome fell, the same way things happened to you after the death of Jesus, the crucifixion of Jesus. You will once again see throughout history karma and what God does. And yes, God did choose you, and God does have a plan for you. And it's not the plan you have, Mr. BB. It ain't that map that you got holded up. God has a different map for you. And I don't think you're going to like it. Thank you for coming in today, guys. Appreciate it very, very, very much. We got to talk about this stuff. We gotta keep in the loop, especially when it comes to Israel and Palestine. This is something that affects our whole entire world. Again, this goes all the way back to Abraham and Sarah and Hajar. Abraham had 2 kids. One of them was Ismail, and one of them was Isaac. And the Jewish people believe that the line of Isaac is the chosen line. They are the chosen people. They are the truth. They have given everything. And right now what is happening is they are fighting their brothers. They are fighting their cousins. They are fighting their direct bloodline. The Arabs are from they're their half brothers. You understand what I'm saying? They come from a different mother, same father. We all come from Prophet Abraham. The Muslims and the Jews come from Prophet Abraham. Our descendant line goes back to Abraham. They don't care. So we're from Sarah. We're special. We're only from Sarah, and we come from the line of Isaac and Jacob. You understand what I'm saying? And this war, this jealousy factor has been going on since the birth of Ismail. When Sarah told Abraham to have Ismail and he had Ismail, there has been this DNA genetic jealousy of get these people away from me. I don't want to see them. I don't like them. Do you understand what I'm saying? When your husband has a baby with your servant, right? And you haven't been able to have a baby for 90 years and you see finally God has blessed some other woman with your husband's child, it makes you resent that person. It makes you resent that child. It builds this jealousy within your heart, within your soul. And if that isn't transparent enough through history and DNA and the Jewish people and the Ishmaelites, and I don't know what it is. You guys need to go look at history. You guys need to go see that. There is a genetic hate between these people. And it is so much deeper than you guys could ever imagine. You guys do not understand the emotional, spiritual, and genetic connection these people have and hatred these people have for each other. It is freaking unreal. Thank you guys for coming in today. Watch what BB has to say. This man is truly evil, and he's one of the most evil people I've ever heard speak, talk, walk. There is something, like I said, about his voice, about his look, about his cadence that is just like, I am the devil. Like, it's very, very creepy, unethical, unorthodox. It is not cool beans. Thank you guys. Love you all. And peace in the Middle East. Free Palestine.